Here's a video on how searching is a powerful thing to do in the CloudGDS program, or actually application. So since this is cloud-based, internet-based, it's all done in your browser, and you obviously have to have an internet connection to use the software. So it is like any other internet-based program, and you can actually sort by just clicking on the column headings here in this list. So if it was last modified at a certain date, notice how if I click more than once, it changes from ascending to descending order, that type of thing. So that's a quick thing on here that may not have been obvious. You can just click on headings and it'll sort by that. You can also play around, just by clicking them. And then click on a job that you have. Let's say I have this job, and now's where we get to more of the searching and power of entering things. So you can actually pick from a list. Now the list, you'll notice, is based on the first thing that comes up is whatever I last entered. So that's kind of helpful if you want to keep entering the same part number and just with different quantities and cut lengths. So, and the tab key, if I hit tab on that, it's just going to keep going. It's going to basically fill in whatever I had in the previous record automatically. And you'll notice the list that comes up for certain things like usage. That is a big list that is already populated when you get into the program, into the application, but also as you type things, you could make things up, and you could say like wall base or something. Now so I've added that to the list. So now if I continue on the same part, I'm going to maybe change the quantity here, and I can pick a cut length that I've already entered. So that's something that maybe it's quicker than typing it in because you're just clicking it with your mouse. An elevation name that I've already entered automatically comes up. And you'll notice that wall base was added to the list, but it's also the suggested value for this this new row, this new cut piece that I'm entering, or cut part that I'm entering, because it automatically comes up with that, whatever you entered previously. So very simple, just to hit tab and keep going. So that's a very powerful tool in this program where you can quickly enter your cut pieces, either by picking from a list or by entering something custom, and it'll remember, so that even the next time you enter the custom one, it's even easier. And another thing is, if you start typing, there's no P parts. So let's see. If I just start typing a letter, it's going to find that group in the list and let me kind of slowly see, it knows that there's nothing with a CW6. So I can actually scroll down, pick something that way. Or if I'm not finding anything I want, I can do advanced search. So advanced search is very powerful because I can type anything like a 7.5, and oops. Okay, so there's a couple tricks. That's something that I wanted to mention first of all anyway. So if something begins with a CW and then a 7.5, it's going to limit the list, filter it is what we call it, to those number of parts. So 17 parts match that criteria. But as I start over here, I can actually use the wildcard keys, like an asterisk, 7.5, asterisk. What that means is any part that contains a 7.5. So it begins with anything, it has 7.5 in it, and then there's anything after that. So that's different than if I just try and type 7.5, where there's nothing that begins with 7.5. So if I need to kind of know this asterisk thing, and this is really going back to the 80s when computers were all command line driven, that you would be familiar with this kind of asterisk key. But it's a powerful tool. It's still used today. And like I say, you can use an asterisk, a 2, an asterisk, and then maybe a T. And then it's going to show me anything, the part number that begins with anything has a 2 in it, anything after it 2, and ends with a T. So there's quite a few of those parts too. So you can see how powerful this would be. Now I can also keep filtering by coming over here and typing the word head. Now you'll notice all these begin with the word head. If I want to do the asterisk head asterisk, I guess that's the same. So there's nothing else that really, oh no, it did. So this one has head in it, somewhere in the middle of the description. So that's how it works. This one, let's see. Yeah, the same thing would go here. I would need the asterisk, anything with an 8 in it. So obviously I'm filtering what I already have. So I can either hit cancel or I can just blank out all these search criterias here, the filter criterias, and get back to my full list. Now it's only going to show 50 parts at a time because of the fact that it's web-based. It takes too much bandwidth, too much time to download an entire list of, say, 3,000 parts. So we're going to show you about 50 parts at a time that you can scroll through. So you really do need to get to know these little filter fields here where I can filter down. Like if I think there's a part that begins cut length or stock length that begins with a 1, I can type the 1 and there's a 144 and a 120. If there's anything that begins with a 9, there's not. So it's really easy to, and here's that part number that I actually added. So this job remembers parts that I've added so that I can search for them again if there's a ton of them I've added. And at this point in the program, it's job specific. So the job remembers the custom part. And eventually we're going to make it so you can create a custom catalog, you can add all your parts to it, and then use them later for different jobs. But for now, this part belongs to this job. So that's how this works. So remember the asterisk trick, and if I want to, look for a part that has a 5 in it, I can easily do that. So all these parts have 5s in them. They don't end with a 5. So if I wanted to say it has a 5 in it and it ends with a 5, then you get the idea. And actually, I guess it does, whoops, more than I thought. So I just clicked off of it. Oh, I guess I selected a part by accident. So if I was searching and I clicked on a row, it's going to select that part for me. So keep that in mind. Now, if that was an erroneous part that I entered, I'm going to check it and delete it. So that's how easy it is just to get rid of it. But that's a quick look at how to search and how just it shows you parts based on what you've typed in. It shows you the same part that you just used before, and then it also lets you do the advanced search. So very powerful tool that you do want to get used to. Thanks very much.